Hey, so Josh here. I actually had a wild idea the other day and kind of put it together and filmed it while I was making it up on the fly. Problem is my audio went south, and so I really couldn't use any of the footage. So today I'm going to kind of go back over everything I did, why I did it, how I did it, how well it worked out on the end. So I'm going to take you through this again. Just keep in mind I did do it the other day. I'm just walking you through it again today. So with that being said, the other day I was putting some shelving together for Mary Ann, and I had to cut some boards for additional support. Well, I have a miter saw and I also have a radial arm saw. If you've ever used those, or if you've ever seen anybody use those before, you'll know that it has a chute that's supposed to kick out all the sawdust. Well, I didn't have anything to catch that. I tried to hook up an old shop vac I have, a small one, but the hose was too short. It was too big and clunky to get up where I needed it. It was just a pain in the butt. And I decided that I needed to do something different. What I did is I actually acquired a vacuum from somebody, giving it away because the wheels were busted and the suction wasn't very good. And I have it actually right behind me right now. It's a Dirt Devil Power Mate. So I kind of went through it and I realized that the poor vacuum suction was just a clogged fitting. And so I cleaned it out, found out that that had perfect suction, but the wheels were shot. They were all busting up. They weren't any good. So I thought to myself, how can I use that vacuum in place of my shop vac? And this is how I did it. So one of the things I had to do is I had to get rid of this lower section because honestly, if I'm not using the rollers, the wheels are busted, it's not really doing me any good. So there's 2 screws on this side and there was 2 screws on the back side. And I took the screws out and I removed the brackets. Got those out of the way. Same with this side. Once I did that, there was a belt over on this side that was connected to the roller. I just took that belt off. From that point, I actually was able to lift this body up, remove the wheels, and disconnect the hose from the back. Now there was a screw that was holding this in place as well, but like I said, I took it off before, so I didn't want to put it back on. So with this part of the assembly out of the way, because I no longer needed it, as you can see, the wheels were, that one's completely missing, and that wheel's just no good. Then one more thing I also did do is I actually took this hose off. Even though I don't need it because it's for the roller, I figured I could use this hose for something in the future, so I disconnected this hose. So from that point, this particular model of Dirt Devil has an interesting wand where you push down on this lever, the whole wand slides right out. That's another piece that I don't need right now. So you could actually disconnect it from here, pop the hose off, and I could just set this to the side or toss it or whatever I want to do. Which leaves me with this assembly right here. So I have the vacuum line, I have the power supply, I have the on-off switch, and this is another bracket here to release the wand, but if I try to set this flat, that bracket gets in my way. So this bracket actually just snaps off, just like that. So that leaves me with the assembly right here, which is small, it's compact, and so I just needed to figure out a way to mount it to the wall next to the saw. So what I did is I took the canister off, got that out of the way, and I realized that where the wand used to sit was a tube with a big hole in it. So what I did is I used a hanger and I mounted it on the wall, and I also took a long screw and I ran it through here just to prevent it from swinging and pivoting. And I'll show you that here in just a sec. What I did is I took the vacuum, hung it on that bracket so it's supported, but as you notice, it'll swing around, and I didn't want it to swing around on me. So I got a really long screw, and there's already a hole in it. So I ran a screw in, that way it holds it nice and tight. Now the next thing I needed to check is to make sure the canister would actually mount back on. So I went and grabbed that, popped it in, made sure that was good. I needed to make sure the hose would fit. And what I realized was that when I went to put it on, it didn't really lock into place because it was the wrong size. Now I could get a piece of pipe or something, stick in the middle of that, but what I did instead is I just took the fitting and I unscrewed it. I took that off, which allowed me just to take the hose, screw it right into the fitting. For my radial arm saw, that's actually working for that position, which is usually how I do it, because I'm usually cutting long boards. I really don't do it this way much. But the nice thing about the hose is it also fits on my miter saw, so I could connect it to the side when I'm cutting and doing all that other stuff. So it's actually used for 2 of my saws. So I also have an additional piece of tubing, so if I decide to turn it this way, or if I swing the arm at a 90 degree, I'll be able to extend this piece of tube farther for whatever application I'm using it for. But for right now, this is actually perfect. It has a really clean look to it. It's up out of the way, and it's fully functional. One of the biggest points for me is that I don't use the saw a lot. So I don't need a big canister or, like a 15-gallon shop vac or anything like that. I don't use my saw enough for that. So this is a perfect size for me. Catches a lot of the sawdust. And another thing I like is, unlike my shop vac where you got to pop the lid off, take the hose off, do all that, this, push of a button, the canister comes right off, and to empty it, I just hit a tab and the bottom opens up. So it's really easy to empty. It's really easy to recycle the sawdust, things like that. And then when I'm done, pop it back in, ready to go again. Now I'm going to show you some footage of me actually cutting some boards and getting these cut and seeing how well it collected. I was really happy with that. Now I was fully aware that it's not going to catch 100% because with the blade spinning, it's still going to fling some sawdust, but just not nearly as much. It caught a considerable amount for just 3 simple cuts, and that sawdust is going to be good for other applications like fire starter or soaking up spilled liquids or all kinds of different things. A free vacuum, little bit of work. It probably took me 15 minutes. Hooked it up and ran it, and it works amazing. It's easy to use, it's easy to clean, it's easy to put back together. It's out of the way, it's not on the floor. I am really stoked by coming up with that idea because I needed something, and now I have something. So it didn't cost me anything, and it's beautiful. Holy cow, I was really impressed with the way that works. So anyway, if you want to see more on that, or if you have any suggestions on things I could actually do to improve this system, let me know. Always open for ideas, always open to learning some new stuff. I have not forgot about Marianne's challenge. We are working on that, and we will let you guys know when we get closer to that. So make sure you hit the like and the subscribe. And next time I come up with some weird idea, I will make sure to hit record and let you know. And hopefully my microphone works right this time, so while I'm figuring it out, you guys can hear me. So until the next video, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next one. Bye.